Welcome to another episode of the Security Bench podcast. From the latest security concerns to the newest innovations, this podcast covers it all, offering insightful discussions on the world of technology, cybersecurity, and its ever evolving role in our lives. I'm your host, Duronke, and I have a very great episode for you today. Let's dive in. In this episode, we're going to provide an overview of artificial intelligence and its increasing presence in our daily lives. I know you're wondering why AI is so late in the game. This is because we're approaching the holiday season and there are a lot of scams that are coming up, especially in these days and era of AI. But it's important to understand what AI is all about. We need to recognize its widespread usage, and that way it will better equip you to navigate all the challenges and the increasing scams that we have today. What is AI? In layman's terms, artificial intelligence can be described as a computer program or machine that thinks and learns like a human. It involves creating computer programs that can solve problems, make decisions, and perform tasks that usually requires human intelligence. It helps you to understand, it recognizes images, it makes predictions, and it takes actions. So I want you to think of AI as a program that can learn from you, get smarter over time, and perform repetitive tasks that usually require human intelligence. We have several examples of AI usage in our day-to-day life. For example, we all use the GPS to drive. It tells you of the direction, tells you the time it takes to get there. And Siri, we use Siri on our phones. You give instruction to Siri. We even talk to some of these devices. So those are examples of AI. On some websites, we have AI-powered chatbots that you can ask questions. It will tell you the answers. It will even ask you more questions. And if it can help you, it will tell you, can I get you a human assistant? Those are examples of AI in our day-to-day use. So what can we say? The prevalence of AI in our daily lives is now rapidly increasing and transforming the way we work with one another, the way we communicate and access information, and we'll make certain examples of how AI has invaded our lives. Here's some examples of positive influence of AI on our day-to-day lives. Take, for example, the virtual assistants. Virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, they're all there to help us manage some tasks that typically would have done. Now, you can give instructions to Siri, you can give instructions to Alexa, look at who is at the door, and so many other things. In fact, now on the corporate level, there are assistants that can go with you to your meetings, record the meetings, transcribe the meeting details, and send the information to all the attendees of the meeting. These are some of the examples of how we've been using AI in our day-to-day lives. How about social media? AI algorithms can personalize your news feed, recommend friends for you, and even target advertisements that based on your online behavior. AI can study your likes and things you'd like to read or to view and will feed you that information. If you've been on all this popular social media like Instagram, Facebook, and all that, and then you start seeing some things, people will say, oh, why are all this showing in my feed? It's showing in your feed because that's your behavior. That's what you've been clicking on. Like I always say, you're getting what you click, or you are being served what you click. If you like conspiracy theories, those are the news you'll be getting. If you like entertainment gossips, which some people are guilty of, no mentioning of names, you're going to be getting such news coming into your feeds. AI has studied the artificial intelligence algorithm, is studying your behavior, is seeing the patterns of what you like to click. It might be different from what you register for. For example, when you're registering on a social media platform, you might say you like to read about tourism, geographical news, scientific fictions and all that. But really, when you go on those media, those platforms, you're clicking on different things. So don't be surprised when the next feed comes into your view. It's going to be about your behaviors, because as AI is studying your patterns, your behavior, then it is serving you those things that you like to see. And also the adverts, the target adverts will also be tailored based on that. And this is the same thing when you go on your shopping websites. You go to Zara or you like to pick clothes. You can see that AI is also showing to you similar clothes, similar articles that you've been clicking on. This is the way that AI has been studying your patterns, is getting smarter, is narrowing down, and it can tailor recommendations based on your choices, based on your past behaviors, based on things you've been clicking on. AI benefits is not limited to personal usage only. We have also seen tremendous usage in some of the corporate things we do in healthcare, banking and finance, weather forecasting, education, entertainment, and so many other areas. Let's look at healthcare, for example. AI technologies can be leveraged to assist in diagnosis, medical imaging, and personalized medicine. For example, with the advent of telemedicine, there's a lot of medical research, clinical decision making, and etc. You see, some people now they go online themselves to create their treatment plans because we have numerous data that people can leverage to diagnose your situations. I'm not saying this is the right way. It's not the alternative to your doctor or to your physician, but it can help you to guide. For example, maybe you have a recurring pain somewhere. People go online. There's so much data that they can leverage to say that what could it possibly be? I mean, that's something to tell you that you need to go see a doctor as soon as possible. And it's been used to sort of predict maybe situations in people based on certain symptoms and all that. We can use AI technology to analyze the data and possibly predict what it could be and maybe tailor a treatment for a particular situation. Another area where AI technology has been of great benefit is weather. Of course, we've always used AI for weather. Sometimes you're traveling, you're going somewhere, you want to see what the weather will be for the next 2 weeks, just to help you know how you will be able to pack and what kind of clothes you take, whether you need an umbrella. That's the work of AI. That's artificial intelligence coming to play for those kind of predictions. We can use, it's making a very big impact, for the forecasting, for sensor, extreme weather predictions like hurricanes, how we prepare for hurricanes, tornadoes. These are all due to AI technologies that are being leveraged to do that. I was reading something sometimes ago, I think for some of the wildfires that we have in places like California. Now we can use AI technology to sense the temperatures and kind of predict if this is going to cause fire and people can get ready and get things in the right places. So definitely the humankind has benefited from the use of AI and so many things. Let's look at transportation, not to talk of the self-driving technologies, the self-driven cars, definitely the GPS. All of us are leveraging GPS to determine our routes, to give us the best alternative routes, and to predict how long it will take and help us to make the decisions. Another thing that I want to leverage on is, for example, if you have a regular habit, I don't know if you've noticed that, maybe every morning you drive to work. If you look at your phone, it can tell you it's going to take 14 minutes to get to downtown. This is AI, which is studying your behaviors, knowing that about that particular time, you typically leave the house to drive downtown. Or maybe it's a Sunday and you're going somewhere, or maybe you're going for your golf course, you're going to the golf courses, and this is something you do every Sunday. Don't be surprised, maybe on another Sunday, your phone will naturally predict that if you leave now, it's going to take you 14 minutes. These are some of the benefits that we're getting from leveraging AI. I have shared some examples of how we're leveraging AI, and I can tell you this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many other use cases that if we continue, we'll still be on it. It can take, so many, almost all areas, even things that we're not thinking of right now. I didn't even say anything about education. For example, I recently discovered a tool which my prof shared with us. You can, give it all your literature reviews, so many documentation, and it will synthesize them and summarize the articles for you. So that will save you several hours of reading. It's not an alternative to reading your literature reviews or studying your work, but it can help you to summarize, and you can also determine whether an article is worth the while to read. But why are we sharing all these examples? Why am I sharing all these examples with you? At the beginning of this episode, I said we're going through all these use cases so that we can also know how to prepare against the negative usage of AI. Like people will always say, AI is like a double-edged sword. You can use it to do so many great things. So also can fraudulent use cases come out from it. Until another episode, we're going to be sharing that. But what have you been using AI for your family? What is it that you're using it for that is not popular? Feel free to share that with me. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for listening.